In 1976, an Italian library album came out on the Phono video label from a collective known as the Modern Sound Quartet. And from that album, the track Chartreuse. Beautiful chords. That kind of liquidy sound, sort of velvety. I think we got some wah wah and maybe some bit of flange. I think I'm hearing like a flat, like E flat major seventh to B flat major seventh. Something. Oh, the way that synthesizer just layers on. Yeah, that really cool, breezy synth raw sound over those kind of liquidy guitar chords. And that real loungy drumming. Liquidy guitar licks. This track is credited to Gigi Cappellotto, and who has 4 tracks on this album. Yeah, it's split between 4 different composers, and has 25 other credits according to RYM, and appeared on albums by Marcella Bella and Ivano Fossati and Fabrizio De Andre. Oh, and later an album by Astor Piazzolla. So got his way around the Italian singer-songwriter scene, pop scene, and even like touch base with an Argentine legend. I love the way those high bendy notes just contrast with the lower sustain of the synth. Oh, all those soft sounds, velvety, wavy sounds. Yeah, Chartreuse by the Modern Sound Quartet. In Italian, this album was given 2 releases. It was released as first as Cocktail Bar, and on that album the track is named Chartreuse, and it was also released on Music Scene, another Italian label, under the title Night Scene, and that particular track is titled Eerie Night on that album. So it's alternate. That track that we just heard is alternately known as Chartreuse and Eerie Night. So I guess on the cocktail bar, it seems like every single title on the cocktail bar release on Phono Video, on the Phono Video label, has a one word title that's either the name of a liquor. I think they're all names of, yeah. And on the other release, the night scene release, more descriptive. Well, all on the night scene release, they all have titles that relate to the night somehow. Yeah. Let's hear another track from the album, which on the Cocktail Bar release is titled Maraschino. Definitely something that should be used in a chase scene, like in a crime drama from the 70s. Like Beretta or Starsky and Hutch, or one of those Italian like crime cop chase movies. I love those chord progressions, those bridges where they kind of like modulate and take like a theme, do no 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 no, and then they move the underlying chords down and da no 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 no, and then it lands like on a major seventh during that, and then. Yeah, it ends up being a couple of major sevenths right in there. I recognize that kind of cadence from some jazz rock albums. There's one that's coming to mind in particular, although it's hard to think of a one listening to this. But this track on the music scene release, Night Scene, this track is alternately known as Downhill Chase 1 by Rocchi, who released an album in 1981 with Tullio De Piscopo, an Italian jazz musician who recorded some solo albums during the 70s and also was a member for a time of the Neutrals atomic system, or AKA Neutrals. God, the rhythmic components are so like that. You hear that really fast, kind of like wah-wah scratchy guitar, and the really persistent, like very kind of like hi-hat heavy drumming. Oh God, hear that fuzzy kind of sustain, and and now the. I didn't expect it to get this layered. You wouldn't expect them to throw like those 3/4 type bars in among when we had that kind of really slick kind of funky thing going. But it works so well. Because it forwards things. It kind of jumps things forward. apologize for the scratchiness of the file, but hear the kind of higher synth there's coming in, like yeah, fizzy sounds, kind of like wobbly sounds. Got so much sound going everywhere. That sounds like keyboards like wiggling up. I mean, that. Really wheezy high tones. Yeah, that was Maraschino, aka Downhill Chase. Yeah, by the Modern Sound Quartet. Let's hear another. These songs are pretty short. Let's hear a couple more. The track Kümmel. Now this has some really good like bass and keyboard counterpoint. I wonder what kind of make and model of keyboard that is. Maybe it's an ARP. I love those like envelope sounds. That rhythmic component is so tight, so I guess it's in 7/8. Yeah, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Hear the fiddling, the scaling about a midday. God, here we have just like a really impenetrable, like tight, like snappy, jerky rhythm, like in 7/8, with a really like fluid bass line running through it. We have that kind of like enveloped lead kind of like melody, that, and then we have like some scaling going about it. Kind of scratchy guitar. God, I love every one of those sounds. Such great clarity. I mean, it's got that quaintness of production that just takes you back to another time. That slightly kind of blurry quality on certain instruments. That certain kind of hazy. You can just picture it all like in grainy 70s Super 8 footage, with like glowing lights out of dark backdrops and such. And yeah, the track Kümmel, also known on the other release as let's see, as Stormy Night. Yeah, Stormy Night really conjures up, and that too was by Rocchi. Let's hear one more track from the Modern Sound Quartet, Vav. This is also known as Flying High, and this one is by the first guy we heard, Gigi Cappellotto. chord sequence. Oh, that glowy Fender Rhodes. Yeah, this too needs to have been in a documentary of something, from the 70s. Look at that crafty bass just wiggling around, just going all over the place. So smooth, so subtle, yet so easy to make out and easy to like pull apart, pull out of the track. And such a tight theme right there with that guitar taking the lead, that kind of like piercing high tone. God, such a great chordal sequence, like just accentuated by that piercing lead tone, and just all driven so slick, so fluidly by that driving like hi-hat rhythmic component. Sorry about that in the file, but just picture just picture like some 70s like Super 8 grainy footage with like that keeps on switching to different scenes, different. That was the Modern Sound Quartet, or more specifically, Gigi Cappellotto, one of 4 contributions he has to the album, alternately known as Night Scene on the Music Scene label, or Cocktail Bar on the Phono Video label, 2 different Italian library music labels. Perhaps both sublabels of Edizioni Musicali Minstrel. Yeah, I was about to say on that last track, just imagine all these different 70s video stock footage sequences of different actions, activities, people doing things, all in grainy Super 8 footage, or it could be people, it could be things on planet Earth, it could be satellite footage from outer space, planets, close-ups of plants and animals, activities, rocket ships going off into space, all with grainy Super 8 period footage. Yeah, just cutting to a different scene, different footage, like with each chordal change, perfect. That's why these library albums have gained such a cult audience here in the 21st century, because a lot of people, when they listen to music, they want to be transported, particularly when they listen to instrumental music, they want to be transported to just a different time and place and just escape, Yeah. Modern Sound Quartet, with one of many fine library music releases to come out in 1976. As a matter of fact, one of the stronger ones, yeah. For more Rubies and Sapphires from the Modern Sound Quartet albums, there were several that came out in the late 70s, 2 of which have circulated. This one in 2 different versions, and then the 1977 album, Floriama, both circulated. See the directory of albums by Italian artists linked in the description below. Over 800 albums strong currently, with music from Italy from across the musical spectrum, including like library composers, soundtrack composers, as well as like symphonic rock, psychedelic rock, singer-songwriter, folk, electronic, jazz rock, and like new wave. Like and subscribe and follow me on social media and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about the four brief little tracks we just heard. The instruments, the layers, the nuances, the chord changes, the movements in them, the counterpoint, and the moods and the visuals that each piece conjured up. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most air travel maximalist, signing off.